Hello everyone, my name is Ragil Muhammad Pasa. Here I will the story behind the development of the people in the New Order era in Indonesia. One morning in the early 1980s, the sun rose slowly over a small village on the outskirts of central Java. Rice fields skirt with green and wet with morning dew. The sound of rooster crowing and water flowing through irrigation canals filled the air. The village seemed peaceful, untouched by politics. Yet behind that calm surface lay a long story of hope, fear, and resilience experienced by the Indonesian people during the New Order era. Mr. William, a simple farmer, had been awake since dawn with a bamboo hat on his head and a house on his shoulder. The walk toward his rice fields. Every day he worked hard. Planting rice was harvest was mostly sold to government cooperatives. The government called this era a time of stability and development. Roads were paved, elementary schools were built, and slogans about 5-year development plans were displayed proudly in village halls. For Mr. William, development was real, but it feels distant. Fertilizer prices were controlled, harvests were regular, and farmers' voices were rarely heard. He did not ask many questions. Asking too much could be dangerous during the new order. People learn people learn one important lesson. Silence was often safer than speaking. Inside their modest bamboo-walled house, his wife, Mrs. Sarah, prepared breakfast of rice and vegetable soup. A small radio in the corner broadcast government news, always filled with success stories, economic growth, national unity, or self-sufficiency. There was no criticism, no mention of hardship. Mrs. Sarah listened quietly, then slowly turned off the radio. Their daughter Emily attended elementary school. She learned about Pancasila, the Constitution, and the importance of obedience to the state. Every Monday morning, she stood straight during the flag ceremony, singing the national anthem. Here, history books told only one version of the past, a nation shaped by strong leadership and stability. There was no room for questions, no space for different opinions. Yet behind the orderly listen, Emily often saw her father return home exhausted. She overheard whispers among adults about a neighbor who had been taken away by authorities. As of involvement in a forbidden organization. No one knew his exact crime. His name slowly disappeared from conversation as a had never existed. In the cities, life was different, but the fear felt the same. In a textile factory in Bandung, Anna worked as a laborer. She stood for hours in front of noisy machines, earning wages barely enough for food and rent. Labor unions were tightly controlled. Anyone who dared to protest risked being fired, monitored, or labeled a troublemaker. Still, Anna continued working. She had simple dreams that her younger sibling could go to school and her mother will no longer need to borrow money for her. The new order was an era of hard work with limited choice. The state demanded obedience and, in return, promised stability. At night, as oil lamps flicker in Mr. William village, people gather to talk quietly. Politics was never discussed openly. They talk about harvests, raise prices, and hopes for the children's future. They love their country, but they learn to love it in silence. Years passed, tall buildings rose in cities, television reached rural areas, and the best of the nation's leaders appeared daily on screens. For some, the new order means progress. For others, it means survival. Then, in the late 1990s, voices that had long been suppressed began to rise. An economic crisis struck, prices soared, and once again the force felt the most. Students took to the streets, crying voice silence for decades. Mr. William was all now, sitting on his porch. He listened to news of change of the radio. He did not fully understand politics, but he knew one thing. The people were finally speaking. There fell slowly, not of anger but of hope. The story of Indonesia lived during the New Order era is not only about development of power. It is the story of ordinary people, farmers, factory workers, housewives, and school children living between progress and fear, between hope and limitation. And from their stories, we learn that the development is not just about buildings and numbers, but about voices being heard and humanity respect. Thank you.